V-Cube-S&M's the role of multimedia approach to teaching and learning process using innovative technologies for self-development with evolution strategy.
Prose 1. A Letter to God. G.L. Fuentes. Poetry Dust of Snow 14. Robert Frost. Supplementary Reader Fire and Ice 15. Robert Frost. Prose 1. A Letter to God. G.L. Fuentes. Prose 1. A Letter to God. G.L. Fuentes. There are different names in different parts of the world for storms, depending on their nature. Can you match the names in the box with their descriptions below, and fill in the blanks? You may use a dictionary to help you. Gale, whirlwind, cyclone, hurricane, tornado, typhoon. A gale refers to a very strong wind. In meteorology, it specifically denotes a wind speed between 34 and 47 knots, 63 to 87 kilometers per hour or 39 to 54 miles per hour. Gale warnings are issued by weather services when winds of this strength are expected, particularly in maritime contexts. The term can also be used more broadly to describe a strong, forceful outburst, like a gale of laughter. A whirlwind is a phenomenon in which a vortex of wind, a vertically oriented rotating column of air, forms due to instabilities and turbulence created by heating and flow, current, gradients. Whirlwinds can vary in size and last from a couple minutes to a couple hours. Cyclone, any large system of winds that circulates about a center of low atmospheric pressure in a counterclockwise direction north of the equator and in a clockwise direction to the south. Cyclonic winds move across nearly all regions of the Earth except the equatorial belt and are generally associated with rain or snow. A hurricane is a type of tropical cyclone, which is a generic term for a low-pressure system that generally forms in the tropics. The cyclone is accompanied by thunderstorms and, in the northern hemisphere, a counterclockwise circulation of winds near the Earth's surface. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1 to November 30. A tornado is a violently rotating column of air that is in contact with the surface of Earth and a cumulonimbus cloud or, in rare cases, the base of a cumulus cloud. It is often referred to as a twister, whirlwind, or cyclone. A typhoon is a tropical cyclone that develops between 180 degrees and 100 degrees east in the northern hemisphere and which produces sustained hurricane force winds of at least 119 km/h, 74 miles per hour. 1 This region is referred to as the Northwestern Pacific Basin, accounting for almost one-third of the world's tropical cyclones. Fill in the blanks. Gale, whirlwind, cyclone, hurricane, tornado, typhoon.
1. A violent tropical storm in which strong winds move in a circle. Cyclone. 2. An extremely strong wind. Gale. 3. A violent tropical storm with very strong winds. Person.
Fill in the blanks. Gale, whirlwind, cyclone,
4. A violent
hurricane,
storm
tornado,
whose center is a
typhoon.
cloud in the shape of a funnel. Tornado. 5. A violent storm with very strong winds, especially especially in the Western Atlantic Ocean. Hurricane 6, a very strong wind that moves very fast in a spinning movement and causes a lot of damage. Whirlwind.
To notice how the word hope is used in these sentences from the story. A. I hope it, the hailstorm, passes quickly. B. There was a single hope, help from God. In the first example, hope is a verb which means you wish for something to happen, and also it is used after the subject. That means the verb typically follows the subject. This is the standard subject-verb order. In the second example the word hope, is a noun meaning a chance for something to happen, and in general, adjectives in English typically precede the nouns they modify, as it is the most common pattern. Match the sentences in column A with the meanings of hope in column B. Image of the exercise. 1. Will you get the subjects you want to study in college? Probably happen. I hope so. Thinking that this would 2. Happen. I hope you don't mind my saying. It may or may not have happened. This, but I don't like the way you are arguing. 3. This discovery will give new hope. Wanting something to happen to HIV/AIDS sufferers. Quite possible. 4. We were hoping against hope that the judges would not notice our mistakes. 5. I called early in the hope of speaking polite to her before she went to school. For something to happen. 6. Just when everybody had given up. Unlikely. Hope, the fisherman came back, 7 days after the cyclone. Will you get the subjects you want to study in college? Related to I hope so, wanting something to happen, and thinking it quite possible. I hope you don't mind my saying this, but I don't like the way you are arguing. Related to showing concern that what you say should not offend or disturb. This discovery will give new hope to HIV/AIDS sufferers. A feeling that something good will probably happen. We were hoping against hope that the judges would not notice our mistakes. Related to wishing for something to happen. Although this is very unlikely. I called early in the hope of speaking to her before she went to school. Related to thinking that this would happen. It may or may not have happened. Just when everybody had given up. Hope, the fisherman came back, 7 days after the cyclone. Related to stopped believing that this good thing would happen.
Share this material for the welfare of the student community. V cube SNM from the Meru. The end.